Like 1, 2, 3 into the 4. Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dr. Dre is at your door. Ready to make an entrance, so hop on up.
It's nowhere near easy. Entrepreneurship is hard. Healing is not easy. And I feel like you're healing every single day. It's like it's not a day that you're just 100% healed.
Alright, welcome back to another episode of Qualified Conversations, where we have in-depth conversations with those who are, in fact, qualified. Now, before we get started, please make sure that everybody watching, make sure that you like, make sure that you subscribe to our channel, make sure that you follow us on all social media platforms, and tell a friend to tell a friend, because we here. Today, super duper special guest. I know, yes, I say that all of the time. I know. But it's been a little minute, and I felt it was only right that when we come back for season 2, I have to peel back the curtain a little bit. So that's what I decided to do. The person that we have sitting with us today is very special to me because she's the reason why I'm here. I record at a place called the Location ATL. She is one of the owners of the Location ATL. She has an amazing story. She's going to make you laugh. She might make you cry, but she's very, very interesting, and she's not used to being in front of the camera. So I can't wait to introduce her to you. Without further ado, we got Tiffany in the building.
Hello.
What is going on? How are you? You are on this side of the camera now.
Yeah, big facts.
How does it feel?
You know what? It feels good. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It feels good. You pulled me out. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna do it.
Because we talked about this.
We have.
We talked about this for a nice little minute. I didn't want to rush it, but I did tell you I was gonna get you in that seat.
No, you did. You did. And you did it slick though. You was just like, so what you think? And I'm just like, you caught me at the perfect time. And I was just like,
it's time.
Fuck it.
Here we are. So again, first of all, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm recording.
Yeah. How does it feel sitting in the actual seat that you picked out and thought was going to look nice for everybody else to view?
It feels good. It feels really good.
I love this for you because we're going to definitely break you out of whatever shell that you think that you might be in. We're going to just go ahead and we're going to crack that a little bit and, let the people know exactly who you are, right? So let's start there. You're from Atlanta? No.
I am from Atlanta. I've been here since I was 1. I'm a Georgia peach.
Okay.
That's all I know.
That's facts. But where were you born again?
I was born in Champaign, Illinois.
Okay. Yes. All right. So, but yes, you are an ATLian.
Very much so.
For sure.
For
1 year old, you ain't know where you was at anyway.
I was here. This is all I know.
All right. So, Atlanta, Georgia. I always ask people this: what side of town? What side of town did you grow up on? Because this.
So I grew up on 2 parts.
Okay.
I grew up on the east side and the north side.
Okay.
So yes.
So east. Now that's East Atlanta.
No.
No. See, I'm about to say because it's different.
It's different.
Okay. So explain the difference to me and people who might not know.
The east side is where I grew up is Lithonia and Stone Mountain.
Okay.
That's where I was at on the east side.
In East Atlanta, that's a whole different vibe.
Yes,
okay?
That's a different part. So, yes. Stone Mountain, Lithonia.
Okay.
That's where I grew up.
Growing up in Georgia, it's all you know, or all you've known. Talk about your experience growing up. You have any siblings?
I do. I have my sister and my brother on my mom's side, and then I have 2 sisters and a deceased brother on my dad's side.
Sorry to hear that. Okay, and when you were growing up, how many of you were in the same home?
My brother and my sister on my mom's side.
Okay.
Yes.
Brother and sister, so it's 3 of y'all plus mom.
Yes.
Where do you fall on the pecking order in terms of?
I'm the baby on both sides.
So
I'm
were
the
you
baby.
Spoiled?
Very much so, and still am.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Did your other siblings hate on you?
No.
For being spoiled?
My brother did. My sister didn't.
Okay. So sis understood. That's interesting. Is
She
she the middle?
spoiled me.
Oh, she's part of
Yeah.
the problem. Okay, all right. Well, shout out to sis. But it wasn't
Yeah.
just mom. So was it sis that spoiled you or sis and mom?
It was both.
It was both.
It was both.
All right, well, shout out
It
to
was
you.
both.
You had the double.
Yeah, it
Most
was
people maybe just get the singular.
Yeah,
You
it
had
was both.
the double.
Yeah, it was both. It was both.
All right. So we're growing up east side of Atlanta, with your siblings in the house. I always speak about or ask people like what kind of music is going on because I'm such a music guy. So like when you were growing up, what did the household look and or sound like on a Saturday afternoon or Saturday morning rather?
So I grew up with real music heads.
Okay.
Like my sister and my brother, we listened to everything. It was like my sister went through this Jamaican phase where everything was reggae.
Okay.
Like literally. And you had Mos Def, you had Mobb Deep, you had like a lot of actually up north music. Was in my household. Yeah. Like literally. Then we went through the Outkast and all of that. So it was a little bit of everything. A little bit of everything. And then you had your old school, because my mom listened to old school. Then you had your gospel, you know.
I had a gospel now.
A little bit of everything.
Don't play. A black household will have some gospel.
Yeah, it was a little bit of everything.
You ain't got no God in your house. You're playing yourself.
It was jazz. Like it was a house we listened to everything. It was like nothing was off limits.
Sound like you came from some flavor.
Yeah, it was like nothing was off limits. And then we went through this where we listened to Linkin Park. Like that was
Linkin Park had a run, and Linkin Park was dope. We're not gonna act like Linkin Park wasn't dope.
Listen,
we was listening to Linkin Park.
Bought CDs and everything. Literally, that was So we listened to everything.
And we were kind of talking off camera, but like you're speaking about the '90s. Of course, Linkin Park is a little later.
Yeah, it was a little later.
But you're speaking about the '90s. Hell of an era, man. A hell of a decade. A hell of a time to be alive. Just so many different things happening culturally when it comes to music, when it comes to TV and entertainment, comedy, sports, all of those different elements in the 90s and all of these black people getting a lot of money for the first time. It was kind of like a big black boom renaissance, for a lot of people, or for our people. And so as you're coming up and you're kind of finding your way, the age-old question is, what do you want to be when you grow up, right? So, like, early on for you, what were some of those things that you were feeling like you wanted to do for, like, a career path or,
So, funny thing is I wanted to be a model, but I wasn't tall enough. So, I was praying. I was like, please just let me be 5'7". Let me be 5'7", because that was, like, the height where you needed to be. Yeah, I didn't make that cut. So, it was like, okay, that's out the question.
Okay.
But I wanted to be a lawyer because I love debating. And I felt like I would really be good at it. And then I had this whole idea of me being in like the cute little suit with the briefcase, walking in. Like I had this little vision of that. So I definitely wanted to be a lawyer.
Okay. So now at what point in time do we get off of this lawyer train, right? Because at least at the time of this recording, you are currently not Esquire.
No.
We don't know what the future holds.
Absolutely not.
However, currently right now, you're not a lawyer. So, like, at what point in time did that start to shift or change or whatever?
It actually started when I was in college.
Okay.
It started when I was in college.
So did you major in law or anything?
No, I majored in I started off in political science.
Okay.
So I started off in political science, and then life hit, and it was just like I kind of switched it up.
Yeah. And speaking of like switching it up, what became one of your new passions, or what you decided to end up focusing your time and energy in once you got to college?
I switched it to business management. I switched a bit. Well, actually, before business management, I switched it to teaching, and then I was just like, I can't do kids. I can only do mine. I can't do kids. And then I switched it to business management because I felt like that would just be, you could do a little bit of anything with that. So, yeah.
And here we are.
Yeah.
Would you look at that?
Here we are.
Somebody who went to school for something and actually is working in her field.
Yeah, but I didn't graduate though.
It's all right though. It don't
didn't.
matter. The degree is a piece of paper that says that you qualified to do it.
That's true.
However, experience is the greatest teacher.
It is.
And
It
I
is.
mean,
It
we
is.
are in your establishment.
It is.
Seems like business to me.
Very much
Seems
so.
like it's working out.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I understand that everything ain't all peaches and cream,
big
but
facts.
it's definitely working out in terms of you having a passion, having a vision for your life, having an interest, and then following through.
No, very true.
So shout out to you for that. You know, we don't listen. I don't want to just disrespect, you know, education or secondary
Very
education
true.
and things of that nature. But for one, it's not for everybody, and for two, sometimes once you find your niche and your path, and you take the non-traditional route,
That's
as
very
long as
true.
you get to where you're going, that's the main objective. What the song say, I don't care how you get there, just get there if you can.
Very
you know
true.
what I'm saying? So
very true.
Here we are. Now let me back up a little bit before we get to college. Let's go back to high school. What was Tiffany like in high school?
So Tiffany in high school, I moved from the east side to the north side.
Okay.
The north side is Gwinnett County.
You're from the north, you're that way.
Yes. So it was, Tiffany in high school was very chill.
Okay.
I had my friends. We was cool. We hung out. You know, it was very, very low key. I knew everybody, but I was still behind. Still behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Actually, when I think about it, yeah, like I knew everybody, but I was still behind the scenes. Like I kept myself, you know, low key behind the scenes. But yeah, I was very shy when you first see me.
Right.
Very shy when you first meet me, but when you finally like get to know me, I can't shut the hell up. So yeah, I was real cool, real chill, real little baby back.
All right. You know, it's always interesting to know who people were in their teenage years, right? Because a lot of people say where you go to high school is kind of where you make your bones in terms of your character development and the things that kind of shape you to be the person that you end up turning out to be. And sometimes we see total 360s. You know, we see a lot of instances where, you know, the nerd girl in the class, you know, nobody was looking at her, and then she turns out to be supermodel, superstar, beautiful, this, that, and the third. The same, you know, on the flip side for the males. And then also we see like most likely to succeed, right? And then you might see them at the 20-year anniversary.
20 years. It's actually 20 years since I graduated.
See?
Like our 20-year anniversary was this. Yeah, it's crazy.
Some people ain't you know.
Yeah. No,
so it is interesting to kind of know, because for the people who had a certain trajectory and then you see them X amount of years later and they're still on that trajectory, especially the people, I won't even say just the people that you were cool with, but it is a good feeling. Like, you know, because at the end of the day, you might not have been friends in high school or whatever, but as you grow and you mature, you don't want nobody to do that. You know what I'm saying? So it feels good to see some of your people like, man, I remember when she was talking about that, and man, she's doing it.
Yeah,
you know?
that's very true. It's very true. I love looking at the people that I went to school with, like seeing where they are now, and it's just like, dang, that's what's up. Like, remember when we used to back in the day? You know, and then see them now. That's a good feeling.
It's a beautiful thing. And it's interesting that you describe yourself in the way that you just did in high school, because
yeah, I'm the same way. I am truly the same way. How I was in high school, just being cool, laid back, chill with everybody, I'm the exact same way now. Like, that didn't change.
It pays to be that way versus not, right? When you're too overbearing or you're too much. Nobody likes a too much person. No. You know what I mean? So to be cool with everybody, or to be someone that people know and recognize and respect, but still have your own position in the background, it's the best of both worlds. You can't beat that.
No,
you can't beat that. All right, so shout out to you keeping that trajectory on the right path, and I love it. I love it. I think that's super dope. And before we leave high school, sports at all? Did you do any sports? Did you care about sports?
No, so I attempted to do track at first, and I was like, you know what, it's too hot. I'm sweating. I'm just gonna support my friends. So I was my friends' cheerleaders. Like my friends did everything. I managed the basketball team and the football team. Like I was the basketball manager and the football manager. Okay. And I did the camera, like recording the games or whatever. But yeah, I was the cheerleader for my friends. Yeah. They did the sports. I cheered them on.
That's funny when you mentioned track, right? Because I ran track, and I always say that track and field is the easiest sport to quit. It's the easiest sport to quit. You know what I mean? Like, because you're just running.
That is true.
You have to force yourself to run. Like, one of the funniest things to watch but not be a part of is to watch somebody who's mad and tired. Like, if you ever watch somebody who's running, who's mad, like for the athletes out there, you play football and like, you know, somebody misses a play or something, and now you got to try to chase the guy down and run the guy down. You pissed that he missed his block because we went over this in practice all week. All you had to do was, you know what I'm saying? And now you pissed running, and you can't catch the person because they too fast. So you mad, but you don't have enough time to be mad.
No, big facts.
Because you tired.
No, very true.
Anybody out there who's been through that, y'all know what I'm talking about. It's funny to watch because I can recognize it because I've been through it. But when you in that moment, that is not the vibes at all. That is not the vibes. That's hilarious. Okay, so sports, not so much, but cool. So we get to college, and we do. You said business management.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so and what school?
It was Georgia Perimeter. That is now considered like Georgia State now. But
really,
yeah, Georgia Perimeter College. It was a 2-year.
Oh, okay. But now, okay.
But now it's partnered with Georgia State, so it's like Georgia State.
Got you. All right, cool. So so you said you didn't finish at at the perimeter. Okay,
I did.
So when we leave school, was it the moment, or was it a moment in yourself saying, I don't need this anymore. I want to just go over here, or was it other reasons why?
No, I wanted to stay in school. It was just reasons of why I did. No, gotcha. I always wanted to go to college, graduate, get that form of recognition. Like, I wanted that.
All right. Yeah. So, but I guess basically what I'm trying to do at this particular point is connect some dots, right? Because we're not in school anymore. We learned some things in the field of business management and all of that. So you definitely took some knowledge with you. But the point between where you leave and let's say the next year or two, what does life look like at that point? Is it just kind of just working, just kind of trying to, figure it out? Or
it is having a kid at 22, and you basically saying, trying to go to school at the same time while having a kid and paying bills and just being a responsible parent, but also trying to maneuver, you know what I'm saying? And just make it work, but the math ain't mathing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The math ain't mathing, so it's just like, you know what? I'm just going to focus on taking care of my kid, working, making sure that we're good, and, if it comes along down the way, it comes along down the way. But right now, I'm just going to work this 9-to-5 job and just figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And that's just really what it was.
No, I mean, I get that. And that's so many people's story.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even, that's not I mean, it's unique, of course, to you, but it's not a uncommon story whatsoever. Like, I even know people who had similar, stories and situations. I mean, you got to do what you got to do, of course. Once mommy mode kicks in, that's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
Mommy
mode kicked in, and I had to be the responsible parent to always make sure that no matter what, we got it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Well, listen, shout out to good moms who care.
Very true.
Because that part, unfortunately, is not a given.
Yeah, very, very true.
You know, and that's a rabbit hole that I'm gonna stay away from because I don't got kids and I don't need y'all talking about shut up and all this. Like I can't have an opinion on something. It's cool.
No,
We'll
you
move
can
on.
have an opinion. You
It's
can.
cool.
Everyone can have an opinion.
This is true, but again,
He don't want to get canceled.
oh no, I don't care about that. I don't care about that. But I'll leave it alone. I respect y'all. All right, you got it. Cool. Now, when it comes to relationships, like because obviously, like you said, you had a kid relatively young and just trying to figure things out and all of that.
Yes, we was young.
When it comes to relationships, we all know that relationships don't always work out.
No, they don't.
And you know, sometimes it's fortunate, sometimes it's unfortunate.
No, big fact.
Talk about a little bit of how it was kind of just navigating some of your romantic relationships with trying to navigate life and certain things not working, but still having this super responsibility. Like, because, and the only reason why I'm asking in this way is because, again, your story is unique to you, right? And how you may have navigated and got through certain things. Somebody may be watching, maybe potentially going through the same thing or about to. So, like, speak about some of the ways, and I know you probably never really even thought about it in this way. That's why I'm trying to kind of give you a chance to think about it. But talk about some of the ways you navigated, um, let's just call it relationships that didn't necessarily work out, dealing with that along with all of the other responsibilities that you had and still kind of, you know, pressing forward. Like, what did you have to tap into in order to, you know, stay afloat and press forward?
So, I mean, if I'm being all the way honest, I was with my kid. I was with my daughter's
Father. It's okay.
I was with my daughter's father from 22 until 32. Yeah, until I was 32 years old. So yeah, we were together that whole entire time.
Okay.
So yeah, we were together. We were together when we were 19. Yeah, we met when we were 19 years old until we were 32. We got married when we were, I should know this, but I don't. We got married when we was like 26, 27, like around that time or whatever. But yeah, I was a married single mom, if that makes sense.
Okay.
That is a real thing. I was the, you know, responsible parent. When it came to that, I had to be a responsible parent. But yeah, that was yeah, I don't wish that on anybody, but it happens. It definitely does happen. So that, and you know, and talking about, you know, why I left school was because I had to be that responsible person. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have the opportunity to just, you know, I did have the opportunity to go back home, but I chose otherwise. But yeah, so I had to be the responsible parent and do that. Now, once we finally did divorce, in that aspect of being, you know, juggling relationships and all that type of stuff, I really didn't focus on it in the beginning because I still had the, you know, I still had the kids. I still was going through, it was a very traumatic breakup, divorce. Yeah, it was a lot. So just going through a abusive marriage and relationship and getting out of it, that really wasn't like the first thing on my mind at first. But yeah, now though, being a single parent and juggling, you know, business, the kids and what they have going on and dating, yeah, it's different. Yeah. It's different. Yeah. Because we were together for 15 something years. Like all of my 20s, all of my experiences, I was in a relationship. So like my youthful young years were, you know, being a wife and being a mother, you know what I'm saying, and taking care of the household. So yeah, that was so now I am somewhat experiencing, you know, life.
That's fair. Which is A blessing.
Yes, no, it is.
You know
It is truly. It is truly a blessing. It is. I'm absolutely grateful for where I am. You couldn't have told me that I would be in this room, in this space, in front of a camera.
At this
You know,
time,
at
yeah,
this time
yeah.
back in the day, like you couldn't have told me that at all. Like my story now is just. I even sometimes be like, "Damn, girl." Like
There is light at the end of the tunnel.
yeah, there is light at the end of the tunnel. Like when you thought that you couldn't do this or you were told that you couldn't do this or whatever the case may be, like you can. Like you can. Literally. I came up after my divorce. Like, yeah.
And see, a lot of people have just the opposite story.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people go down.
Yeah.
You know, and it's no judgment or shade because again, it's hard for anybody to judge anybody else's circumstances from the outside.
You
looking
can't
in.
judge. You cannot judge what somebody is going through or what you would do or what you wouldn't do because you don't know what you will do until you're actually in that position. And that's something that my family learned from me, you know, once I finally did come forward and say it was just like the certain things that they learned to stop saying, you know. Well, I wouldn't, or I wouldn't. It's just like, no, you can't say that. You know what I'm saying? And now they're very conscious, and just my friends or people in general are very conscious of the certain things that they say because you don't know what you will do, you know, and you don't know what somebody else is going through that can, and it could trigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I don't want to spend too much time here, but you mentioned something, and I would be remiss if I didn't just ask a follow up. Now, you mentioned that you had gotten through an abusive relationship. I don't know how comfortable you feel.
No, we're good. We're good.
Cool. For you, because you do, I guess, consider yourself a domestic violence survivor, right? For yourself, sometimes it may feel like a lot of pressure when people say, you know, when they ask the woman in the room, hey, you know, tell us the woman's perspective, right? So I'm not trying to ask like for you to represent all, you know, victims, but you specifically, how did that situation change you? And how now in hindsight can you see that it's helped you be better?
Ooh. So I mean it's definitely changed me because it allowed me to see where I don't ever want to be again. You know what I'm saying? It allowed me to see flaws in myself and what I was going through internally to, you know,
Accept certain things?
Yeah, accept certain things and, you know, the fear of leaving. You know what I'm saying? Just having, you know, just those certain that being brainwashed in that certain type of mindset. Like I am a person now where sometimes I think I'm a little too tough now. Like it's made me a little too strong because I don't take no shit now. Like I don't let nothing slide. You know what I'm saying? And it's because I don't ever want to be I don't ever want to be someone's victim again. I don't ever want to feel like I'm powerless or weak ever again. So I really have put a very tough guard and a very tough protective thing on me to not ever feel that way again, which can possibly be a little unhealthy in a certain sense of form, and that's something that, you know, therapy is definitely helping me with or whatever.
I was gonna ask.
Yeah, therapy is definitely helping when it comes to that, but it's made me actually go after things that I really want to go after now. Like it's made me a little fearless, you know, in a sense. Still, you know, I'm still
Soft girl,
I'm still, you know, a little shy when it comes to certain things, but at the same time, I know everything that I went through, nothing else can
it can't get any worse.
Yeah, it can't get any worse. Nothing else can break. Like I went through a lot, and knowing where I came from and that situation, like
can't tell me nothing.
You can't tell me nothing.
Yeah.
Like, I know I can handle it. I might break down and cry and, you know, have my moments or whatever, but I know that I'll overcome it. Like,
that's
very
amazing,
much so.
though. And that's amazing. And hopefully, like, just an inspirational message for, again, anybody going through it, or anybody who is just watching and doesn't want to go through it. Like, because, again, this is a platform where I have people who I deem to be qualified. This person right here is not just cool, not just a good person, but she's qualified because just the simple fact that we're sitting in her establishment, okay?
Yeah.
Like, this is a Black woman who is doing it, right? And so we have to salute that anytime that we can. And I just wanted to highlight that and just let the people know as well, right? So I'm happy that you were able to come out on the other side.
Yeah, big facts.
You know, in your right mind, at least now, right? And you mentioned therapy, so you are a proponent of therapy. Was it something that you felt like you wouldn't have been able to get through without, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, or how did you, like, was therapy like a reaction to the situation?
So
or
honestly and truly, no, I didn't do therapy beforehand.
Okay.
Therapy was actually suggested when, like, so women who go through like domestic violence, and when you do like TPOs and a lot of type of stuff, like, they actually have an advocate for you.
Okay.
And they you know, give you all of these resources. And that was one of the resources, was like a group therapy that you do. And then they also recommend, you know, therapists. Yeah, like a one-on-one. So I did that, and it was actually very helpful to, you know, sit and talk with other women that have gone through it, where you feel like no judgment, and they've, you know, gone through similar situations. It's just really, you know, talk, work it out, figure it out, and just, you know, just have someone that you can confide in and just really talk with. So yeah, I'm a big advocate for it. Absolutely.
That's good, because I mean, you know, the stigma with us in our community for the longest time.
Go to church, pray about it. You know, it's gonna be okay.
And again, I mean, I don't know how spiritual you are or aren't. But myself, I'm certainly, God is important, okay? You know what I'm saying? Super important to me, for me. And so praying is important to and for me. But I don't want to say but. In addition to that, I know that there are other things that can also assist you in just being a better, well-rounded individual. Therapy is something that has become more popular. Honestly, I mean, you got to give a lot of the credit to Charlemagne, because he's one of the faces of it, especially in our community, especially being a Black man.
Yeah.
Like,
he definitely does talk about it a lot. And he's a Cancer too, so, you know. Okay.
So, yeah, but Charlemagne, you know, he kind of helped usher that in and have the conversation on a mainstream level. And, you know, since then, there have been a lot more just advocates at large for therapy. And it doesn't necessarily always have to be, you know, something traumatic that you went through.
Yeah.
I really think the idea of talking it out with someone who doesn't know you.
Yes, no judgment. Like, it's, yes, you could talk to your friends, you could talk to your family, but sometimes
They're
you
biased
just want to,
no matter what.
yeah, sometimes you just want to talk to someone that you do not know, and you could just sit there and just put it all out on the table, and that's it. And they'll be able to give you like professional feedback, like a true professional feedback. And
I was gonna say, the main thing about therapy is it doesn't work unless you're honest. Completely honest.
That part.
Not like guarded.
Yes, that part.
But
funny thing, when I first started therapy, yeah, I wasn't being complete. I was being protective of everything. And like, I was talking to my sister, and I was like, yeah. So she said, well, did you tell your therapist that? I was just like, no, I can't tell her that. And she said, what the fuck are you going to therapy for? I said, I can't be honest. I can't tell her all my shit. She said, no, you're going to have to tell her everything. Like, your therapist needs to know it all. That's how therapy works. And I was just like, Oh. Well, she's gonna judge. No, she's not gonna judge you. That's the
whole point.
So now I tell my therapist everything. Yeah.
Well, I love that. And again, for anybody watching, if you do need somebody to talk to, find what works for you though, right?
Yes.
Like who works for this person may not work for you.
Very
There
true.
is no blanket therapist. There is no, it's a personal thing, right? So okay. Now I also want to speak about, because correct me if I'm wrong, but don't you have some like history or background in construction?
Yes.
Now, again, black woman, construction, you don't hear those two things mesh every day, right? It's one of those things that makes people eyebrows go, right? I know it did for me, right? Because it's just a rarity. Nothing wrong with it, but it's just a rarity. So for you, how do you get there? Like,
yeah. So so I actually worked in apartment management at first. Like that was my bread and butter, apartment management. And me and my business partner that created this wonderful space, the location, we got into mobile homes, the new form of affordable housing. So we got into that aspect of buying them, flipping, remodeling them, and either flipping them or renting them out. And that's really how that's just how it started.
That's dope.
Yeah, it was literally an overnight form of success. You know what I'm saying? It was dope while it happened. But yeah, that is a lot of goddamn work, and it is not easy. And yeah.
So, and I don't want to keep just saying your business partner, because again, this episode is about you, but we are at the Location ATL,
absolutely.
and I definitely, what is his name?
His name is.
How would he want the people to know?
The people knows him by City.
That's what we calling him. Shout out to City.
But I know him as Christopher.
See, I didn't do that. Bro. I tried.
But the people know him as City.
I tried. All right, so.
But I know by government name.
All right, so, and the reason why I want to highlight him as well is because, a few times now, you can't tell the story without him.
No,
right?
you can't.
Like, it's a very integral part.
Absolutely.
In all of this, in the success.
Absolutely.
Of all of this. So I want to make sure that he gets his proper.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Absolutely. Like this space that we're in, he helped build this. Like he built it.
I love it. So Studio D, you can be extra creative in here.
Very much so.
I think. Or actually, you tell me what you think. Based on all of the types of things, or maybe we should do that. What type of, how creative have people been when renting this particular room? Like, what kind of, have you had events? Have you had, talk about some of those things.
We've had some charity events here. We've had some listening parties here. We've had some panels in here as well.
Panels? Like what kind?
Like relationship panels.
Ah, dope. Okay.
We've had those. We actually are going to be having a business class that'll be coming in here as well too. So it's just like a little bit of everything. Just real versatile.
And again, it's the creative space. That's what I'm calling it.
Yes.
It's the creative space, and it's however creative you can be. So I love even all of those options, and maybe people out there watching, thinking about booking the location, they can kind of come up or get some ideas off of what people have already done here and say, oh, I did want to do a panel or, some sort of event here. Listening parties, definitely a good space for that. Not too large of a space, but intimate enough to where,
very intimate.
You have a nice turnout. I love the couch. This is something that's really cool, just on the accent tip, right? I'm gonna take a wild guess here, but I'm assuming you are that's you. No.
It's not.
Okay, talk to me.
That is my business partner. He picked that out.
But it's
yeah.
I
am a girl But decor is a little bit my thing, but it's not like my complete entire thing, and I'm okay with that. My business partner can pick out the cute little girly stuff and mix this together, and and it's good. And we have a really good friend that helps us. Like, she is amazing when it comes to decor and setting up. So yeah.
Well, shout out to her. Shout out to you and your business partner, because again, the decor in here is,
it flows.
It does. Yeah. It flows. It's even, but it's also, like I said, different looks. And that's one of my favorite parts about this place in particular. It's just so many different looks.
And it's still changing.
It's ever changing. I mean, look, we got, we're working on the new roof right now. Y'all can't see, but we're working on the new roof right now. By the time, listen, almost every time I come here, there's something new. There's something different. So you can almost bet your bottom dollar, however it looks, for sure. However it looks right now, it's probably going to look different in a good way, though. So, man, I love this. I still supposed to do something in here. So,
very true. Very true.
We're gonna make that happen for sure. And y'all make sure y'all come out. Let's anything else we want to say about this room in particular?
No. Mm-mm.
This is fly. All of this is fly. The globe.
No, it's dope.
Yeah, I love it. The location, man. What can I say? Book today.
That part. So yes, dope.
Super dope. Super dope. All right, so we flipping mobile homes, was it?
Yes. Yeah. And it was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was dope. It was good. It was a season that was amazing. It had its good, bad, and ugly with it, but it wasn't a forever thing. Yeah, it wasn't a forever thing for me. When when it becomes where you don't have like the passion for it anymore and stuff like that.
Feels like work.
Yeah, and it feels like work, and it just, you feel drained, and it's just like, you know what? Yeah, I'm done. I'm good.
It was just that simple.
Yeah, it was just that. Yeah, it was just like, I'm done. Like, I need to pivot and figure something else out. So yeah.
Okay. So as you pivot, how long did it take for you to figure the next thing out?
During the process of pivoting, I got back into corporate America. Because your girl had to.
Hey, sure.
But yeah, during pivoting, I got back into corporate America, and while being, in corporate America, it's just like, okay, I've already experienced entrepreneurship. You know what I'm saying? So I know what that feels like. I still want to have that. You know what I'm saying? So how am I gonna make that happen? Right. You know what I'm saying? So I actually went to an event. It was at this house, and it was kind of like it could be like a content home. It could be a party home. It could be whatever it could have, wherever you wanted it, that's what it could be.
Right, okay.
And I literally was just like, damn, this is a dope idea. Like, I like this. This is dope. And I'm just like letting my mind fester. And I literally was talking to my business partner, and I was just like, what do you think about this? Like, what do you think? And he was just like, I mean, that sounds cool. Why don't you, research it? So I literally was on my phone, like looking at different studios, or looking to see what this was. And I was like, damn, this would be nice. Like, looking at all these other studios, I'm like, this would be a dope idea. And at first I was just like, okay, well, I can get a house and kind of do it like that. But then I was just like, no, I want a building. Like, I want an actual building.
Talk that talk.
So, but at the time, I was looking at like big warehouses, and them prices was not
Spicy.
it was not where it was at.
Spicy.
Yeah, it was not where it was at. So I was just like, okay, well, we're just gonna put this on pause.
Okay.
Just put it on pause. So put it on pause for a little bit, and mind you, I'm still paying for my office space that we have for this building because I'm locked into this lease. So I'm still paying for this, and I'm hardly ever there. So I'm just like,
what are we gonna do now?
What are we gonna do? And my business partner, he was just like, let's just build it in here. Let's just do it in here. I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just do it. What's the worst that could happen? And we started in our original building, and we built the location in that building. And as we discovered, it was just like, okay, we need something bigger. This space came available, so we just transferred over to here, and we literally created this space in 30 days. Yeah.
Fire. Bravo.
Yeah. Created this space
Bravo.
in 30 days.
Like, for real. On so many levels, one of those levels being thoughts becoming actions.
Yes.
Because for a lot of people, thoughts stay thoughts.
No, that's very, very true.
You know?
Very, very true. I will definitely say, yeah, I have, after when you leave, when you put your, like, when you leave, like, your past trauma, your past stuff, like, when you really, like, leave that and you become a better you, like, you have a different mindset. Like, you just want to, you know what? Like, I want to do this. Like, like, you just feel like you can do anything. You know what I'm saying? And yes, I had my fears, and it's just like, ooh, is this going to work out? What if this don't work out? Hold on, wait a minute now. You know, I'm calculating, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's just like, what's the worst that can happen? You don't know unless you actually try it. Like, I don't know if something's going to work out unless I try it. And yeah, I just...
Listen, I love it. And you've been saying some things, so I want to reiterate them, so in case you guys missed it, because you really only were able to get to this point by going through the proverbial storm, right? Coming out on the other side better, but what helped you get to the other side for you was therapy, right? Talking it through, facing the problem, the issues head on, going all the way through, not cutting any corners, not taking any shortcuts. But once you're able to go through the actual fire, now once you get to the other side and you realize, oh, like, wait, you mean I don't got like 3rd-degree burns and like wait, I'm still put together? Like, oh, I made it. Oh, it's lit.
And I think that's the thing too, like, for me, when I was in that situation, you couldn't, like, I didn't think that this was possible. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think that I could be on my own, raising my kids, even though I was doing it technically on my own, but I didn't think that I could actually do it on my own. And to actually see myself doing it, it's like, yeah, it feels good. It definitely feels good. It's not easy.
No.
It's nowhere near easy. Entrepreneurship is hard. People don't talk about that.
Yeah.
People don't. You don't have a lot of people.
Tell the truth about it.
They don't tell the truth about it. But you know, it's not easy. Sometimes you debating on if you gonna pay your business bills or you gonna pay your personal bills. Like it, you have those moments, but
sometimes you have moments where you think about, you know, if you are full blown into the entrepreneurialism. Sometimes you think about, man, I might go back, like you said, to corporate America or whatever it is.
I work a 9-to-5 corporate America job, and I actually have a business too, and I do not care what people say about it.
What are you gonna say?
Yeah,
what is there to be said?
It is what it is.
If you're doing what you got to do, then
big facts.
Who got what?
Big facts.
Because I mean, now you can take some of these bills off my hands.
Listen, if you would like to pay some, please let me know.
And then you can talk about some things. You know what I'm saying? You can take a couple of these things off my hand, and then maybe we can have a conversation. But aside from that, what are you going to say?
Oh, very true.
You know, people have to do whatever it is that they have to do.
They do.
We all have different paths that we have to take in order to get where we're trying to go.
Very true.
But again, I don't care how you get there. Just get there if you can. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So, again, like, it's just a wonderful testament to your tenacity, your resilience, and courage.
Yeah.
It's very courageous of you, regardless of even going through therapy and having a better perspective, because you still have to do the action. Right? Like, you can get all of the material, you can go to school and get all of the knowledge, you can learn, you can research, you can do all of these things, But even if we take it back to, biblical things, it says faith without works is dead, right? So like
Yeah.
you have to still do the
You do.
things.
You do. You
You
still
have to do the things. There's no getting around doing the things.
It's not. I've tried it. I've tried it. Healing is not easy. It's not a walk in the park. Like, sometimes we be like, oh, okay, I'm healed, I'm great. It's just like, and then the next day you be like, oh shit, no. Like, flashback real quick, hold on. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like
For real.
it's not easy at all.
Yeah.
And I feel like you're healing every single day. It's like it's not a day that you're just 100% healed.
Because everybody's going through something.
Yeah.
And everybody's gone through something. We're in our 30s now, so we've
facts.
gone through something.
Big
A
facts.
couple of somethings.
Yes.
A couple of times.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So like everybody is dealing with a bunch of things and bringing it present day, kind of like the second leg of the question, just in terms of now. And you answered it a little bit in terms of how you juggle it. You mentioned and you said that at this point you're essentially like you feel freer, and so you're a little more open to just things in general, right? But the guardedness, right? Again, I'm sure it's a work in progress, and rightfully so, but can you speak to how maybe some of the guardedness has maybe worked against you as opposed to helped you?
Oh, big facts. I feel like if my guardedness of just wanting to be behind the scenes, be, just quiet, low key, it actually has affected me business wise, like in my business, because I don't want to be out there, out in the face of the open and be the brand and all of this and have everybody, know who I am. And it's just like, ooh, You know what I'm saying? Like I'm guarded. I'm very reserved. I just, I'll pop out here and there, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, and just opportunities as well too. Like just, being guarded is, it's a work in progress. It's not my best thing, and it's something I'm definitely working on. But when you have people like you that I feel comfortable with, that makes me feel comfortable, it's just like, you know what? I know he got me. I'm gonna be good. You know what I'm saying?
I'm happy to be part of one of the facilitators that can kind of help assist you in that way. Because one thing that, and we've had conversations about not doing it by yourself. Like you have, like community is important.
Yes.
You have to be able to rely on people within your community and maybe sometimes people outside of your community, but whoever's willing to genuinely lend a helping hand. In our community, we're guarded naturally.
Yes,
Like
it's a natural thing. It's a trust thing. It's like, ooh, I feel like I'm giving a little piece of power, and it's just like, what if you screw me over?
Yeah.
Then I'm mad at myself because it's just like I let my guard down and I knew better. You know what I'm saying?
And that's a tough way to live.
It is. It's a very unhealthy
it seems practical
way
based
to live.
off of us knowing how shitty people are, for lack of a better word, right? Like, so it's practical in that if you're looking at it through that lens. But on the flip side, it's like, yo, bro, like, so you just go and not trust nobody ever again.
You can't live like that. And that's something that I'm learning, that you cannot live like that. At the end of the day, a person's going to show you who they are, and when they show you, then you have to believe it and just, figure out how you move or maneuver with it. But I am learning to just give people the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't do it all on my own, so put yourself out there, make the connections, do what needs to be done, and what's supposed to happen will happen. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? But at least you know that you let your guard down and you did it. You went for it. So,
and like the saying goes, what's meant for you won't miss you.
Exactly. That part.
Know what I'm saying? So
regardless if you be like, dang, I should have, it's like, it wasn't for you. It was not for you. So.
Or it wasn't for you at that time.
That's true too.
It could be for you, but just not right now.
Yeah, and you have to accept that.
You better.
Yeah.
Because not accepting is going to lead you down a dark hole that you don't want to be
Very
in.
true, very true,
Like
very
you
true.
have to accept it.
Yes.
Like that's something that you do have to do because all you're doing is stagnating your progress.
Yeah.
You know, living in denial and not accepting reality for what it actually is. All you're doing is living in denial, and all you're doing is being stagnant. So you have to accept reality. But I appreciate so many things about you, but I appreciate your story, your courage. I appreciate you getting on this side of the camera for a change. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever done an interview?
No.
So this the first one?
Yeah, this is actually the first one. Like I've done, just little like
Don't lie. Don't
just
gas
little
me.
like content, stuff for
Yeah.
the business. But this is like my first like actual like sit down interview.
That's dope.
Yeah,
That
this is
dope.
my first.
That is dope.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I am super duper honored then to
so.
conduct the very first interview. And it wasn't too bad, right?
No, it wasn't bad at all. I, had to stop myself because I could, ramble and talk forever. So yeah.
Well, listen, we'll definitely be seeing more of you in front of the camera.
Yes.
Y'all will be seeing more of her in front of the camera. But before we get out of here, what do you want to say about the Location ATL?
Well, book us for one. But if you honestly and truly are just looking for a creative space where you could just be creative and have an amazing vibe and just some great customer service, because I make sure once you walk in these doors, you're going to absolutely love it. So just check us out. See the vibe. We cute. We cool. He here. He love it. You love it, don't you?
I love it.
Exactly.
I keep coming back.
Exactly.
Like, if I didn't want to be here, I wouldn't be here.
Exactly. But yeah, just check us out at the Location ATL. That's all.
Check them out, man. The Location ATL. This has been another episode of Qualified Conversations. And once again, please make sure that you book the Location ATL. Make sure that, we never got your socials. So
yes.
Let them know where they can follow the Location ATL.
Absolutely.
And also where they can follow you on social
media. Absolutely. Please go follow us at the Location ATL on all social media platforms. And you can follow me at Body by Tiff.
Body by Tiff. We're gonna list it underneath.
Yes.
Because I know you ain't here. The Georgia came out a little bit. Body by Tiff, like
the countryness. I know. But that lets you know that I've literally been here since I was 1 year old.
You've been here since you could remember.
Yes.
So that's
Very
what matters.
So. Very.
But no, this has been another episode of Qualified Conversations, and again, we're going to sign off the same way that we do each and every time. So until next time, everything Rico.